Chemists spend a lot of time classifying chemicals. There are millions of chemicals. So as we go through this course, you'll be introduced to more and more complex ways of classifying chemicals. But one of the most fundamental classification of chemicals is identifying a chemical as a pure substance, which is a compound or an element, or a mixture. So a mixture is two or more substances mixed together. They're not chemically combined, so theoretically they can be separated by physical methods such as boiling, freezing, dissolving. So for example, the air that we breathe is mostly nitrogen and oxygen. And nitrogen and oxygen have different freezing points, so we can actually separate those gases by taking them to very low temperatures. Mixtures can further be classified as homogeneous or heterogeneous. So a homogeneous mixture looks like it's pure. So for example, air, if we didn't know that it was a mixture, we might assume that it's pure because it looks homogeneous. It could be a pure substance, but it's not. It's a mixture. Another example of a homogeneous mixture would be brewed coffee. We know that there are lots of different flavor chemicals in there and coloring chemicals give it that brown flavor and water, but we can't identify where each little molecule is. Heterogeneous mixtures are a lot easier to identify as mixtures because we can visually identify at least two components. So for example, cereal and milk. We can see the difference between the cereal and the milk. Blood is another example of a heterogeneous mixture, which I did not know. I'm not a big fan of blood, but apparently if you let blood sit for a little bit of time, it begins to separate out into components, and so that means it's heterogeneous.